Hello and welcome
Can
to.
I start it?
You can start if you want.
Joking, I don't care.
Hello. Hello and welcome to the Nerd Soup Podcast. I am Teddy. I'm joined here with Bo and Aaron. How you guys doing?
Good.
Okay.
Well,
Nice.
No, you fucking suck, dude.
Real and enthusiastic, guys. I'm glad you're both happy to be here.
we're
right
focused. We're laser focused.
now. Yeah.
It's a big
All right.
podcast.
All right.
A lot of questions, a lot of topics. Not really a lot of topics, but a lot of questions.
So today we're going to talk about Moviepass, and we'll get to some fan questions. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, the Nerd Soup Podcast, and you can listen to us at SoundCloud and iTunes. And if you ever want to get one of your questions answered by us, just tweet us or send us an email at nerdsoupforyou@gmail.com. And let's get into it.
To be honest, I'm more upset about this.
You guys lost
This
some money
affects
on
me
that, right?
This affects me directly.
You guys lost some money on that, huh?
Well, then, no, they really gave me, I got like a email saying,
We're sorry.
sorry.
We're sorry.
No, they're like,
Wait, real quick, for those who don't know, Moviepass Moviepass went bankrupt, right?
They went bankrupt. They borrowed a bunch of money, about $6 million from another investment firm, and they turned the lights back on, and then the lights were turned off for Mission Impossible because people weren't allowed to get into screenings. It's a whole mess.
but they said like, all right, we might have to limit just released movies and limit it to certain movies. So it's still functioning, but I don't know.
I wouldn't mind MoviePass for independent movies because you said this when you first got it anyway, that we see a lot of the big blockbusters on Thursday night anyway.
Yeah.
So you have to reserve your tickets on Fandango if you want to get a good seat, so you can't use MoviePass.
The thing is, like,
So if I can't see blockbusters using MoviePass, I don't really mind that.
just double the fucking price. Like, seriously.
You're still not making money.
Tripled. I'd pay up to like $30 a month.
They're still
It'll
not
be worth
making
it for
money.
me.
50?
No, I'm saying MoviePass.
Ted, relax.
Yeah, of course it's worth it for you.
Yeah, and then also put some ads on the fucking app. Every time you click a movie, play a 30-second ad. There's ways to make money
Yeah, but
instead of give us $10 and you can see any fucking movie you want for a month.
It's such a fucking ripoff.
There are not enough ways to make money. It's a ripoff for them.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
like
We're
it's
ripping
such-
them off.
It's such a great idea for us.
It's literally too good to be true.
It was for a little bit.
I can understand theater chains like AMC, the AMC A-List, I think they're calling it now. So you can sign up for $25 a month, and there's a bit more perks with their service than MoviePass. But our problem is that we don't have any AMCs by us.
Yeah.
I'm sure MoviePass isn't dead. Like I'm sure they're gonna tweak it up, fix it up, and get a new way out there where this technology would still work within like the movie universe.
I hope they can figure it out. There has to be a way to generate revenue.
Yeah.
Raise the price, advertisements, sell
Maybe
our,
even link
sell
up
our
with a
data.
movie theater.
I can understand, though, why customers are frustrated with them, because when you pay for a service and the service is supposed to do this thing, and
What do you expect?
there's sometimes search. Yeah, what do you expect? But also, the way they've dealt with all of this has been very shady. They say one thing and then
has
they
it?
do another. Yeah, they say, oh, you're going to be able to see that movie as many times as you want. Well, you can only see it once a day.
and there was peak
And,
pricing.
well, you
and
can only see a movie once a day. Doesn't matter what movie it is.
there was like peak pricing. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Peak pricing, the theater's empty. So obviously they're just trying to do anything to make money, but it wasn't well thought out.
No. The idea was there.
They do
We applaud the
$25
idea, guys.
$25 a month for reserve seating IMAX.
You're still not making money.
It's good for me.
Yeah, no, it's great for you.
I'm all in it about me. I'm all about me, baby.
Us at Nerd Soup, we applaud MoviePass. Thanks though.
When did you get your
You
movie
guys
pass,
tried.
Ted?
I'm speaking for the collective group. 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
All right, now let's get to some fan questions. Bo, what do you got?
All right, the first question comes from Joe at Mr. Aw Esum. Aw Esum. 2 E's and awesome. I see you, Joe. Changing the mold. Breaking the mold. He asks, ever heard of genetic editing? Classic Joe. Have you ever heard of genetic editing?
Can't wait to get the Rampage in 4K.
Jordan Hamilton asks, Bears fan Jordan, would you guys rather watch a monster fight movie or home invasion style horror movie set in the Star Wars universe?
I do a monster fight. I'm a big action guy. 2 big monsters doing it off.
All right, but which monsters?
What kind of monsters? I don't know, monsters.
In the Star Wars universe.
Oh, so characters from Star Wars.
Yeah,
No, like Frankenstein and the Mummy, but in...
but in Star Wars, yeah, with lightsabers.
Oh, all right.
No, I was joking.
Oh, no.
Like actual
I'm
stuff.
listening, answering him. All right, I'll get back to you. Now I gotta think. I thought it was just like anything, like a monster fight or a home invasion.
What are you thinking, Aaron?
This little home invasion would be cool. Imagine like Home Alone with lightsabers.
I don't want to see a home invasion, but I'd like to see a horror movie.
Well, I mean, that's like a fun question to answer, but the idea of having different genres within the Star Wars universe, I'm all for.
Oh, no, dude. I'll take like a gladiator fight, like in
Gladiator?
Gladiator?
No. Like what Star Wars was it with the pit fight?
Oh, Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like those. I
love what he was going for. Yeah. I really love what he was going for. I'll tell you what though, Mace Windu coming in, this party's over.
Whose house though?
Whose house?
Yeah.
What do you mean whose house?
Wait, are you saying like a home invasion, Mace Windu?
No, I just agreed with you about the Colosseum thing.
Oh,
Whose house?
Mace Windu, no doubt, about the only lightsaber with the purple and the
Stout. That's a bar.
Yeah, I would like to see a horror movie set in the Star Wars universe. And I think there's not a lot of horror elements in Star Wars. I mean, there are some scenes that get really dark, like Master Skywalker, there's too many of them. What should we do? I'm going to murder you. But I think a true traditional horror movie set within the Star Wars universe would be awesome. And I think we might get a little bit of that with the D&D Star Wars because there are so many horrific elements in Game of Thrones. So maybe that kind of carries over where it gets a bit darker, a bit scarier.
Well, it's interesting, too, because we see, like, especially with Fox and their Marvel properties with New Mutants, it looked like from the first trailer, whatever happened in that movie, but they were setting up more of a horror superhero movie. And they've tried out different genres within their own X-Men universe. And like Deadpool's a comedy and Logan a Western, and they had New Mutants as a horror. So they've played with different genres. Marvel too, really. I mean, they pretty much had the Marvel formula, but you see in some movies like Ant-Man and The Guardians, they lean more to the comedic side. So it'd be interesting to see if they delve into different genres within the new trilogies they have coming out, and even the television series.
Yeah, good points. Next question by Donovan Sexton at BKWolf91. BK? Considering everything you know about Game of Thrones, which house would you each fight for or belong to, and why? Love you guys! Exclamation point. Ted?
Why are you starting with me?
What's your favorite house?
Like the obvious answer is Stark.
Yeah, I'd want to be part of House Stark. I always imagine myself as like the fifth Stark brother. Like I'm younger than Rob and John, but I'm older than Bran. I'm like 14.
It seems like the Stark house is more civil. Like people get along more. It's like more like a community rather than
when they're together.
Yeah.
But like in my scenario, I was Rob's number 2, but I was less honorable. I didn't have the Stark honor. I was more like Arya, so I would lead him to do the right things.
You were
like
bastard?
Marginal.
Right, exactly. But I would have seduced Talissa before Rob because I would have known, like, oh, he can't marry Talissa. He's got the commitment to the Frey girl. I'll take that, Rob. You get the Frey girl, big bro. And we're set.
I'll take care of it.
At 14, huh?
Rickard Karstar. Yeah, I could slide. Well, he was, what, 17 when he got Talissa?
I was a little older in the show. Are you talking about?
He was 16 when the show started.
Their ages are always all over the place.
What else did you fight for?
Hold on. Try to think.
I feel like I'd be a Night's Watch.
Yeah, I take Talissa. He takes a free. You're not going to the Night's Watch.
Oh.
Why?
You'd be only because you committed a crime.
I'd be the poster boy of Night's Watch.
How would you be the poster boy of the Night's Watch?
I'm the guy that wants to, I'm the guy that gets the people that come to
You'd
Night's Watch.
You'd be Pip.
No, I wouldn't.
No, I could see you as a Gren.
I'd kill it at Night's Watch.
Yeah, Gren works.
Yeah. Ted's a Gren.
I don't like where this is going.
He does some good things.
Well, stop dodging the question.
What?
Yeah, you're going to answer the question?
Oh, who would I fight for? So you guys are thinking more like, ooh, Stark. You're thinking all names. I'm thinking location. I'm going House Martell. Down in Dorne, drinking some Dornish wine, hanging out, nice weather, getting my tan on, eating snakes and scorpions. And
you want the high life.
Yeah, I'm
just
living good.
Like the Lannister life.
Yeah, but I have the blood of the first men within me.
Oh, good for you.
We both do.
Congratulations.
I might be a warg. Oh, that's the other thing. I'm a warg.
Oh, you can't just add these things in.
Yeah. And there was another wolf.
I want a wolf, too. I got a wolf, too.
What's my wolf name?
Mine's Shadow.
Oh, my God. I can't top that. Mine's Splinter. He's got a mean bite.
Aaron, you got a wolf?
I hope both your wolves die like the other dire wolves.
What do you got?
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wait. Do you really want our wolves to die?
Yeah, fuck you guys. You guys can't pick. You can't add that. Oh, so I'm Targaryen. I got a dragon.
Yeah.
I can do that?
Yeah.
If you want.
No. It's different because the dragons are a lot harder to get.
No, you guys set the standard.
It doesn't matter because dragon, you can kill a dragon, so have fun with your dragon.
No, you know what? I'm sticking in.
One dragon can't kill a whole army.
Me and Oberyn are chilling, drinking.
You only get one
wine.
dragon, though. You only get one dragon.
I'm taking the dragon.
Yeah, you only get one.
All right, fine.
One dragon's not going to beat a whole army.
You get a cool nickname in Dorne, though.
They do have some fire-ass nicknames.
Yeah, it could be like the garden snake
I
The
like
Viper
that.
instead of the
So
red
dope.
viper. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm definitely a warg. Rob's younger brother. We won the War of the Five Kings, and then John's like, "Yo, there's something going on up north," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm Azor High as well."
Okay.
You want it all, huh?
Yeah. And then Daenerys is like, "Who's this?" And I'm like, "No, I'm sorry, I already have Talissa." But then I bring back polygamy in Westeros, and I'm living life, man.
So you're a Mormon Stark.
So I guess you're the poster
I'm a
child.
Mormon Stark with my magic sword instead of underwear. Yeah, I'm the poster child. Well, you're in the Night's Watch, so we meet up eventually.
You're cool.
I'm like, "Oh, Ted."
So I can get some of that life. Like, if I hit you up,
But what house are you part of? I feel like Ted's a car Stark.
no.
He's like the Diet Stark.
I want to be a
you know?
Stark.
So
Yeah,
you're
so you're a car Stark. You want to be
you're
a
a car
Stark
Stark.
so
Yeah,
bad,
yeah.
but you can't.
yeah, I'm a car Stark.
It's kind of like how I am right here.
Yeah, I'd say that. Well, Aaron's more of a Frey.
That joke died in the season 6 reviews. They'll bring it back.
Question from Dylan at DylanFlow78. Are there any movies considered perfect or classic that you don't like? And why?
I don't know. I can't really think of anything off the top of the head I would consider like perfect that I don't like. There are some movies
Would
that
it be
are
perfect then?
well, it's subjective, I guess, but there's some movies that are considered the best of all
Like
time.
critically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some movies considered the best of all time that I necessarily don't like as much as other people. Right off the bat, I would say Ghost in the Shell. Not the Scarlett Johansson one. That one was amazing. That was a joke. But the animated film. I remember you showed me that. You told me to watch it, and it's so much hype. Everyone on the internet loved it. Very underwhelming for me. I think it's a case of just seeing that subject matter so many times. If I would have saw that first, I probably would have had a different perspective on it. But that one fell flat for me a little. Citizen Kane's another one for me. Everyone talks about it being the greatest movie. Oh, the Citizen Kane of this. Well, Citizen Kane is the Citizen Kane of overrated movies because I don't know what the fucking hype is with that. It's influential, and I respect it for what it was, but being my age and seeing so many different movies before then, I feel like I can't really appreciate it in the context of actually seeing it when it first came out.
Yeah, there are a lot of... I'm not a big fan of old Hollywood. Casablanca, I mean, people might think less of me after saying something like that, but the Hitchcock movies, Maltese Falcon, a lot of those old Hollywood movies with Bogart and Jimmy Stewart. The other day I watched On the Waterfront for the first time, and I love Marlon Brando. Godfather, one of my favorite performances of his, of all time, not just of his, but of all time. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of old Hollywood. A lot of those movies are considered some of the best movies of all time. I think from an American perspective, they get a bit overrated.
Well, the
When
thing
you
is, too, I feel like everyone always says, oh, movies nowadays, nothing's original. Old Hollywood, those were the original ideas coming out. So I think people gave him points for originality. Meanwhile, just because you did it first doesn't necessarily mean you did it the best.
Yeah, and I feel like in those movies, a lot of the characters, you're kind of getting the same thing in a lot of the movies. I'm a smooth-talking alpha male, and, ooh, I'm a woman. I'm going to try and seduce you. I'm a femme fatale. No, we can't be together, sweetheart. We need to. Okay.
Now, give me my cigarettes.
Yeah, give me my cigarettes, and we're going to rob this bank. And then we're going to ride off in the sunset together. A lot of that. But a lot of, I mean, Psycho.
Isn't Psycho considered like one of the best horror films of all time?
Yeah, it's just one of the best films. Vertigo, a lot of his films are considered some of the best, and I'm just not a big fan of that era of American cinema. I think American cinema in the 70s, that's where it starts to get good. I mean, you look at the 10 Oscar winners for that year, you don't see Oscar winners like that in a decade for any other decade. It's incredible. And these were movies that were loved, that were box office hits, and are still considered classics. But Forrest Gump,
I hate you.
Can't.
You don't like Forrest Gump?
It's not that
Are
I
you
don't
really
like.
one of those?
You mean the one person in the world that
No.
doesn't like Forrest Gump?
There's a lot of people that don't like Forrest Gump.
Like who?
I've heard.
I've heard that
I
they
got- I've-
exist.
No,
Top
I've
men.
heard that it's one of those movies that I consider great, but no one really likes it. But why though?
I love Forrest Gump.
I love Forrest Gump too.
It's a joy to watch.
Just don't enjoy it.
But what don't you like about it? Tom Hanks is fucking amazing. You don't think Tom Hanks had a great performance in that?
All I know is that Forrest Gump won Best Picture over Shawshank Redemption and Pulp Fiction. So, you think Forrest Gump's better than Shawshank and Pulp Fiction?
No.
No, it doesn't have to be, though.
Yeah, that's why.
Very anti-Gump, and I don't like it.
I'm not anti-Gump. I'm just saying I don't enjoy the movie. I've watched it once, and I'll never watch it again.
I've seen it like so many times. It's a fun adventure. You get to go through Forrest's whole life. Tom Hanks is great in it. They have so many different references from
Ooh, yeah, references.
historic events from different eras. It's a fun watch, and it's easygoing.
Yeah, what
you
he
can
said.
turn it on whenever you can turn it on, no matter what scene it's at, and you can pick it up from there and watch.
Bubba Gump. You don't like Bubba Gump?
No,
Lieutenant Dan?
I like bubblegum shrimp. Good
Yeah, there's a
restaurant.
whole restaurant because of him.
Figured it's time to get my sea legs. You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Teddy gets it.
Is he like me? Yeah, probably. Hopefully he'll make better movies when he gets
I've been
older.
sitting next to you the whole time.
Don't fucking yell. Now you're gonna go at Tom Hanks.
You felt no pain for him when,
Jenny ruins his life.
when Jenny,
Robin Wright, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
she keeps coming back, then leaving him,
Jenny's the
coming
worst.
back, and then leaving him.
That's kind of what I was like with the movie. I was like, yeah, get out of there, Jenny. I'm a big Jenny guy.
So you just don't like Forrest Gump himself?
I don't like him personally, no.
Yeah, no. So you're not a big Gump guy.
Oh, you know what it is? He doesn't like Alabama. And as we know,
Forrest Gump did.
All-American Alabama. Got to meet the president. I wasn't hungry, but I was thirsty. Must have had me about 15 Dr. Peppers. Huge Dr. Pepper guy.
Should we do a Forrest Gump video?
No.
I rest my case. All right, next question. Would you guys, this is from Zach, at Zach Zawacki. Ooh, I like that name, double Z.
Double Z in the morning.
Would you guys ever consider doing a live podcast?
Probably
No.
not.
I was going to say yeah.
Also, favorite sci-fi movie of all time. I'm stuck between Alien, Inception, and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes for mine. P.S. Really big fan of you guys. Your podcasts have helped me through some hard times. Oh, you're welcome, Zach. I'm glad that we could have been of help to somebody.
That's great to hear.
Yeah, it is nice to hear.
That was very nice. Thank you, Zach.
And I thank you for that. Well, Zach, you're welcome. And thank you for listening, and thanks for your question. Those are good three good sci-fi movies. Alien, Inception, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. To say which is the best out of those three, I'm saying Dawn. I think Dawn's the best.
Really?
Yeah.
How early do you think it
I'm a
is
big
to
apes guy.
How early do you think it is to see a film and consider it one of your favorites? 'Cause
I
feel
think you
like-
could do it right away.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Not multiple viewings
Well,
or let it marinate
Sometimes
a
I
little?
get a little bit hyperbolic. I said Annihilation was one of the 20 best movies I've ever seen in my life.
The way I judge it is like if I don't do it off the first watch. I got to be able to, like you said with Forrest Gump, how you can just turn it on, whatever it is, and just enjoy it and know it and word for word it. And you know,
Yeah, but that's very specific to Forrest Gump. Not every movie's like that.
I'm not saying Forrest Gump. I'm just saying me personally, I consider like one of my favorites is a movie that I can just turn on wherever it is, whatever time it is,
Well, the only reason
and
why I
just
ask
watch it,
is because Rise
no
of the
matter
Planet
how
of
long
the
it
Apes.
is either.
The only reason why I ask is because Rise of the Planet of the Apes is fairly new. And you already picked that better than Alien.
Dawn.
And Dawn. Okay. It's fairly new. It's fairly recent. And you said it was better than Alien and Inception already.
Yeah, Inception is newer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dawn. That Apes trilogy is one of my favorite trilogies of all time.
No, it's a great
Yeah.
trilogy. Yeah, I don't hate that at all.
I think Dawn and War are just my top two in that trilogy. I'm not sure which one I like better. I think they're both great. And Rise is really good too with James Franco. But I mean, I love Alien. And Inception to me is top 5 Nolan. Top 5 Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah.
That movie mind fucked me so bad.
It should have been better. I think one day we might do a video on Inception. But I mean,
Should have been better.
the ending is ridiculous. We can't get out of all these dreams. There's too many layers. Jump off the building and you'll be saved. It's too complex. We can't escape. Just kill yourself. Okay.
Well, that's what the simplicity is what makes it so much better. You know, go through all this shit in the movie and
Yeah, fine, but don't tell me that it's so complex and then the solution is just jumping off of a building.
well, it gets you thinking because then you're thinking of the hardest answer and the answer's right in front of you.
I think this is a conversation that I'm losing.
I'm glad I'm part
I
of it.
just lost the conversation with that.
I haven't been paying attention.
Serious?
For me, greatest sci-fi. I do love Aliens. I like the Alien franchise a lot more. I love hate relationship actually. Didn't like Covenant. I love Prometheus, which is a very contentious point among film fans.
I love Prometheus.
I'd say it's the best. A lot of recent ones: Ex Machina, Annihilation. We were just talking about very recent, but Alex Garland's one of my favorite sci-fi directors. He only has 2 films, and I don't know. He hasn't got. I think he has a TV movie coming out. Why isn't people just throwing money at him? Make sci-fi.
Yeah, Ex Machina is great.
Some GoFundMe.
Annihilation's still my favorite movie of the year. But what is my favorite sci-fi movie of all time? I guess 2001 is my favorite movie, so I'll go after that. What's my favorite sci-fi? I would say Arrival. Love that movie.
That is a great one.
I still gotta see that.
I can't believe you just sold Inception on me. I'm like in a good mood now because I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit, I like Inception better.
I'm glad I'm part
Thank
of it
you.
for once.
Thank you for that.
I'm just glad to be here, man. That's why you had me here.
Can you just give me your favorite sci-fi?
I'm more basic. Like I grew up watching. You guys are gonna shit on me, but The Terminator.
What?
Oh,
What do you mean?
thank
Why would
God.
we shit on you?
Because you guys are saying all the new movies. And,
I love the Terminator.
All right, cool.
1 and 2 are two of the best sci-fi
Yeah.
movies ever.
I've always
Which
wanted
one's
to be,
better?
The first one.
Okay, well, I like 2 when he's on the motorcycle and he's reloading the shotgun.
That's not
Like a
sick,
pimp.
dude.
Yeah, I love that scene.
No, man, it's great action. I'll be back. Yeah, he has probably one.
iconic.
He had, yeah, exactly. Like one of the most iconic sayings. And
James Cameron, man.
Hmm.
What a director.
I'm not a fan of the newer ones though.
No, the new ones suck.
Yeah, it's one of those franchises. When we were talking about great action franchises, is when we were talking about great action franchise when we were doing the Mission Impossible review. We always talked about how they usually start off strong and then they just teeter off into crap. Whereas Mission Impossible probably started off with their 2 weakest installments and then rose and kept going up and up. So
Yeah, a good example of what you just said for the one that starts off strong and teeters off is The Matrix.
Oh, yeah.
The first Matrix was fucking amazing.
The first Matrix is one of the best sci-fi movies of all time.
You think Blade Runner is probably the best sci-fi of all time?
Well, I don't think it's better than 2001, but it's up there. But 2049 is better.
True. I agree with that. But there's so many different genres within the sci-fi. Like you can go
There's
anywhere.
a lot.
You
Like
can go
Jurassic
to-
Park's in there.
You can go to Empire. You can go
Yeah.
to Star Wars, Empire, Jedi.
It's weird because I never see Jurassic Park as a sci-fi movie, but that's a good point. It is sci-fi. And you made the point before we recorded that basically every superhero movie is sci-fi.
So like, do you put like Winter
think-
Soldier in there? Like,
I mean,
No,
there
that
are
makes-
elements of sci-fi in the superhero genre, in comics in general.
It's kind of taken over its own genre. 'Cause
Yeah,
you can argue that
Sci-fi?
You can argue that Blade Runner isn't. It's science fiction, but it's more of a noir rather than sci-fi. Or it's
Yeah.
there's so many.
There's no movie in history that's strictly one genre.
Yeah.
you think like superhero movies should be categorized as superhero movies?
Yeah, it's become a genre.
Yeah.
I would say in a way, well,
More or more less.
I guess there's like main genres where it's drama, comedy,
Action,
science
comedy.
fiction, action film. Right, but then you can go action comedy, action drama, black comedy, dramedy, as they call it. And superhero films, obviously, they fall under the umbrella of sci-fi. Some of them are fantasy. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, a lot of these superhero movies are fantasy anyway. Thor is a fantasy movie, but it's also got
Literally.
elements of sci-fi. Yeah, yeah. So,
You know what's a good one too? Resident Evil. Well, it was good, and then they made like 20 of them. Then
all right, our
shit.
next question comes from Red Priestess at Fresh Socks 1. What's better, Parks and Rec or The Office?
Nah,
Get the gloves out, folks.
no, it's
We
not.
got-
It's not gonna be a fist fight because
I thought you were gonna say I cut off on the fresh socks. I'm like nothing better than fresh socks,
That's
both in looks and
facts.
putting them
a
on.
nice dry pair of socks at the dryer,
Ooh, they're a little warm.
shirt. Well, all right.
Then you got the fresh socks you put on.
You're going for the whole outfit.
Yeah. Then you got your fresh socks put on when you're trying to stunt on everyone.
As bad as I want to argue with you that The Office is better than Parks and Rec, I can't because I've never seen all of Parks and Rec. Because The Office for me,
Well, you
I
said-
can watch The Office whenever I want.
You
I know
said-
what I said yesterday.
Yeah,
but
say
that
what you
was
said
just-
yesterday.
What, that Chris Pratt isn't good in it?
He said that?
Yes. I wasn't even thinking that because I didn't want to beat him up too bad. But he said that.
What you said was what you said yesterday was very disrespectful. It was very
I forgot what I said
disrespectful.
yesterday.
What did he say?
That was the first thing I thought of.
He said that, and he also said that he tried watching the first 10 episodes and then couldn't get into it, and that's why he
Yeah.
likes The Office better. Which is a fair argument. Why couldn't you get into it?
I thought it was more
But
disrespectful.
I didn't find
than
it funny.
that. I thought you said it maybe if the first 10 episodes didn't suck.
I mean, more or less, that's what I'm saying.
More and more, or more.
More.
I like that phrase.
Well, it's from the Justice League. Great movie. Not really. It's okay. I mean, I'll concede that the Office is a better comedy than Parks and Rec, but Parks and Rec is just all around a better show. It's funny. It's heartwarming. The characters are a hell of a lot better. They're a delight. There's no good characters in The Office. They're funny,
We're getting
but
back
they're
to this.
shitty people.
We're getting back to this because I'm watching Parks and Rec, and then we're going to talk about this again.
Well, you're gonna. I know you so well. You're gonna watch Parks and Rec, and you're gonna like it better.
Yeah.
No,
There's a story.
part of me doesn't want to watch Parks and Rec, but
But you're
just
not
because
stubborn like that though, because you won't watch
No,
Parks and
no.
Rec wanting to hate it. You'll
No,
judge
not
it
at
fairly.
all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know you.
There's an overlying story to Parks and Rec. They have like goals. They have aspirations. The characters grow. The Office is the same fucking thing. Jim and Pam. They're Jim and Pam. They literally, you're married. I don't care. Let's get together.
Dwight's just an asshole.
Dwight's a fucking douchebag. Andy Bernard is the only great character in that show, and Dwight tries to.
easy. You're not just going to bash The Office right in front of me.
I'm bashing it.
No, I'm
No,
gonna stop you.
don't bash it. I mean,
I know I like The Office.
It
but
sounds like you're bashing it.
Well, if I'm picking one side of an argument, I'm gonna fucking win the argument.
You're so lucky I didn't see Parks and Rec, because now I want to argue with you.
It doesn't matter because the British Office is better than both. All right, next question.
That's even a harder take than anything.
Ooh, question from Sully at Sully5000. Thank you, Sully, for your service landing that plane.
Oh yeah, people forget Tom Hanks.
Every time I'm on a plane
Oh.
and it's bumpy, I'm like, don't worry, Sully's up there. That's what I tell myself.
Dude, you know what I found out? Elena's uncle? No.
Sully.
No. Well, even better. Well, not even better.
You're
but
dating
cool.
Hudson
Sully's
Phillips?
niece?
No, so Elena's cousin's grandpa. So that's nothing to Elena, right?
Well, it might be the grandpa on like the other side
Yeah.
of the family. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
That grandpa was in the plane with Sully.
You said even better. I feel like it would have been even better if that grandpa was Sully.
Like he helped Sully land the plane.
How?
He didn't give me the whole story, but he's in.
How did he?
I couldn't get into it with him because we were at a party.
Was he like giving him advice?
No,
from
but he's in the book. He's in the movie.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
It's sick, and he has pictures with him. It's sick. Like I'll get the whole story and I'll bring it back to you.
Takes off.
No, but
his
he helped him.
glasses.
He helped guided him down into the Hudson.
Oh, is he on ground control?
Yeah,
He's on a little. Was he really?
yeah. That's
Oh, I thought he was on the plane.
No.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. So, what are some underrated sci-fi movies?
Underrated. Wow, we're a big sci-fi podcast today.
Mars Attacks.
Knack knack.
It's a hilarious movie. I could watch that movie anytime I want either.
You
One
know
of the
Tony the robot's name, his rap name is Bars Attacks.
No, that's his mixtape.
Oh, okay.
Bars Attacks.
Great mixtape. Give it a listen.
Yeah, and he's got his face inside of the Marston's helmet. No,
Smoking
he's
a stoke on those Cheyennes.
See the dog? I thought he was the dog.
Was he?
That's Nick.
Yeah.
I think Nick's the dog. The funniest scene in Mars Attack is when the alien's about to kill Danny DeVito and he takes off his watch. He's like, you can have my
Oh
watch.
my god.
Trying to give the alien his fucking gold watch. Underrated sci-fi. I said this the other day that Star Trek the Motion Picture is one of the most underrated sci-fi movies of all time. I love that movie. That's a movie I can watch. I prefer to watch it from beginning, but I can watch it at any point. I think it's so underrated. It's not even considered one of the best Star Trek movies, but I love it. And there are some sci-fi movies that have come out. I mean, Annihilation critically was acclaimed, but I think it kind of just went under the radar for general audiences. But yeah, there's a couple of underrated sci-fi movies out there.
I felt like that with The Martian, but I didn't know it was nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, it's
So-
hard to say Martian's underrated.
Yeah,
I think more people would say it's overrated, which I
Me-
would disagree
me
with.
too.
Didn't you say The Martian was overrated?
No,
Interstellar.
I love Interstellar. I think it's got some problems, but I'm a fan of it.
That was an anxiety attack the whole
I think
time.
I
Nolan...
feel like you hate one of those.
Red Letter Media said it. I remember on their review for Blade Runner 2049 where they were comparing Villeneuve and Nolan, and one of them said that Nolan's a kind of a sloppy filmmaker. I would agree with that. Sometimes his movies get a little sloppy.
Most of the sci-fi I like are, I think, pretty well received.
Prometheus.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good one.
You were asking me the other day, why do you think people hate that movie?
Why do you think people hate that one?
I think it's because some of the characters are dumb. A lot of the characters, when they're with that little snake, the snake alien creature, and they're like, Gucci, Gucci, goo, and he just completely murders them.
Yeah.
And I think people don't like pulling down the curtain and showing why the aliens were created or why man was created. I don't think a lot audiences like those type of stories.
I thought it was an interesting turn. I was intrigued by the whole
With the
film.
engineers?
I thought it was pretty
Yeah.
fucking sick.
And then I think Fassbender is probably the best he's been in a while. That character of David,
So good in that movie.
probably the best he's been.
All great things have small beginnings.
Yeah. Great cast. Idris Elba, Charlize Theron, and
Great cast, yeah.
Yeah.
Sean Harris?
Sean Harris. That's right.
I've always said the better movies for me are the one like the origin ones, like when you find out why.
But
your
it wasn't-
characters
it wasn't
or
the
everything
origin.
you know.
I think it was.
Got the way it is.
I thought it was mysterious enough because they're like, these are the engineers, they created humanity. That's really it.
It wasn't the origin people were expecting. I feel like
Right. And you're not a big fan of Covenant because you wanted them to explore the engineers more.
I wanted Prometheus too.
Right, but I think it's kind of poetic that engineers created man created David, then David destroyed the engineers, and now we're in this predicament where David created a new being that's just pure instinct, that's just trying to kill anything that it comes in contact with. And I think they could bring back Sigourney Weaver as an old Ripley eye patch, kind of like Linda Hamilton in the new Terminator, just like, yeah, I've been killing aliens my whole life, son. And then you have Sigourney and Michael Fassbender's David battling each other. To me, that's a fucking $200 million movie you're losing on your budget because nobody's going to go see it.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see it. But yeah, Prometheus is underrated. I think Covenant's underrated too. So I loved Covenant.
I don't really like Covenant's so forgetful. I literally don't remember anything besides two fast benders playing the flute.
I'll do the fingering. Got a big laugh in our theater. You didn't like Covenant, right?
Which one's Covenant?
The Alien movie that we saw?
Yeah, no, which one though? Was that
The last one that we saw?
that's the one with it's
Danny McBride.
Eastbound, yeah. That's the Covenant.
How did I know that's the only character you would remember?
That's all I knew in it. I didn't think that one was bad. I didn't really like I didn't really like his character in it. I think that was like an outside role for him. That's not who I'm used to seeing him play. So I didn't really like him in it.
Like, you just want fucking Kenny Powers every time?
Nerd Suit Fanboy 212. Was the Space Jam game called fairly?
Is that your burner account?
You are so... Why are you
Let's talk
obsessed with
about it.
Space Jam?
No,
Is that in your top 5 movies of all time?
Yeah, it could be. Dumb and Dumber's up there.
All right, this next question is by Clayton Barnett. And he asks, thoughts on an animated Valyria series? What do you think about that, Aaron?
I think they have one on YouTube already.
Do they?
I think I've seen someone made like a fan series.
How many episodes?
I don't remember, but I remember watching the first one. I think they were still working on other ones. I'm pretty sure there's a YouTube series, a YouTube channel that does animated old Valyria.
I would like to see that as well. I would like to see a Game of Thrones type anime. I think obviously it's going to be a lot cheaper, and you can have more story. You can actually stick to the source material. I'm pretty sure this is going to happen in like 10 or 15 years, or maybe 20 years. Somebody's going to make a Song of Ice and Fire anime, and it's going to be verbatim, the books. And then there's going to be a debate, what's better, the anime or the live action show? And that's going to be a serious debate. I guarantee that that's going to happen because I think George wants it to happen. I think he'd be 100% behind. You get everything from the books in an anime show. You go like 200 fucking episodes. Young Griff, the Varys Blackfire theory, the Faceless Men conspiracy. You're getting it all. You're getting everything. The Dornish conspiracy. How awesome would that be in anime form?
That would be pretty dope. It's easier at animation. You don't have to worry about casting and contracts and budget, actors. It would be dope.
The Iron Throne would be ridiculously huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the fucking...
You could do a
It's
lot
on top
of...
of the castle.
illustrations.
Just a unit.
They have the illustrations of what George wanted
Right.
it to be like. It looks fucking insane.
And with the way that they do animation today, even on television, it just looks stunning.
I just hope it doesn't fall into that kind of... We're hearing they had multiple prequels they want to do. Now they're only doing one, but the other ones are still on the table. And you think they're going to do films. I feel like it'll get too much. I don't want to oversaturate Game of Thrones. It'll be good for the channel. Yeah, always something talking about. And it's such a big fandom, but I don't know. You kind of see with Star Wars. Doesn't it feel a little oversaturated?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
But
if I
it's
would
bound
want
to
that.
happen.
But a well-made animated series that's faithful for the book, something like that, or an animated Robert's Rebellion or something along those lines, I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think animated is the way to go with a lot of these big franchises. But obviously an animated series isn't going to make as much money than a live-action series. So, but I'm pretty sure that's going to happen in the future, where somebody's going to take a Song of Ice and Fire and do a full anime, and it's going to be better.
Yeah, for a guy like for guys like you guys who read the books, and wouldn't it be nice to have like what you just said with the anime, how you can incorporate so much more from the book into the show?
Yeah, I'd love to see that. And I'm not the first person who suggested this. I've seen this on Reddit before, where people say Game of Thrones was meant to be an anime.
Well, I do like Dunk and Egg. They have graphic novels. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I prefer those. So,
All right, let's wrap it up.
Is there any more fan questions?
No, that's all we'll be answering for today. I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Yeah,
call it a wrap.
that
Yeah.
was fun.
Call it a rap. A rap party? You want to have a rap party?
I can't rap.
I was thinking like McDonald's, crispy.
I was thinking like
Grilled.
presents. Christmas, we all get together and we wrap our presents together.
How bad are you guys at rapping?
Yo.
On 1 to 10, like rapping, like rapping presents.
You guys
terrible.
know in my prime, how good was I? 1 to 10.
Rapping?
Yeah.
10.
I wouldn't say 10.
I
would say
always said that you should ghostwrite.
like 7.5.
No, I have always said that you should ghostwrite.
I always did want to be like a ghostwriter rapper. I would try to give my raps to Stu, and he'd be like, "Why don't you say them?"
Oh,
like,
that's why I'm giving them to you.
Because I'm me.
Oh, damn! I wanted to ask you guys a question. What's your go-to snack? What's like the most addicting snack for you?
I think
That's
that wraps
kind
it
of
up
a
for
jump
the
from
Nerd Soup
rapping.
podcast.
Yeah, what the hell?
We'll be back tomorrow with a Game of Thrones video, and make sure you check in this Monday.
Well, this podcast is dropping Friday.
He's so upset.
We butchered the schedule.
Okay.